Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about this gun and we're going to do some shooting with it scoped up. But this video originally was going to be scoping it up and shooting it and showing you guys how well it could shoot with a scope on it. If you guys haven't watched my first video of this where I did a full review on it and I shot it with open sights, go back and watch that because that has all the specs and everything on this gun. I'm not going to get into the specs in this video. This is basically going to give you guys shooting with a scope and an update on what's kind of going on with this gun, because as much as I like it, there are a few issues that I feel you guys need to know, and I want to put that out there because I really was excited about this gun and I really liked it. And if you guys watched my first video, was very impressed with it, and I shot it for about a week before I made the video, and it did so well with open sights. I was so impressed with it that I went ahead and made the review video with it doing open sights. Very excited about it. And then after I was done making that video, I had said that I would do a scoped up video, which was what this video was supposed to be, and it is gonna be, but there's some things you guys need to know. So after that, the next day after I made my first video, I got up and decided I was going to go ahead and put the scope on it, get it zeroed in, shoot it for a little while that way, get things dialed in, and then do a video for you guys. So what I did, I put it on the bench kind of like this, and I decided to go ahead and run a dry swab, just a dry patch swab through it a couple times, because I hadn't done that when I got it originally. I pulled it out of the box, I zeroed it in and just went to shooting in it, shot it for about a week, made the video, was super impressed with it right out of the box, didn't clean the barrel or nothing. So I decided to just run a dry swab through there. I did it like 3 or 4 times where I just pulled it through. I mean, just literally pull it through 3 or 4 times. That's it. It had some gunk on it. I said, all right, that's probably good enough. Call it a day. Put the scope on it, came out here, put a target out at 20 yards to get the scope dialed in. Shot really good. If you guys watched that video, the H&N field target trophies were the best ones, so that's what I started off with. At 20 yards, it was doing great. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Took it out to 25 yards, said, all right, let's see what's going to go on. Shot at 25 yards, it was shooting really good. I was like, hey, that's awesome. Then for some reason, I took it out to 30 because I figured, I mean, at 25 yards, it was shooting a 1-inch MOA group. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And I did a whole nother video on this. I actually made a whole nother video on this gun, and things went so haywire that I didn't do that. I decided to do this video. So what ended up happening was that once I took it out to 30 yards, it started just shooting all over the place. Left, right. I mean, I was getting flyers. It looked like I was shooting freaking goose shot at the target at 30 yards with the H&Ns. And it was crazy because I was shooting literally like four pellets were going into a 1-inch MOA group, and then I get one flyer. And then as soon as I stepped it out to 30, it was all over the place. So then I had found out through my testing that there was 3 pellets that did really good. It was the JSB 18.13s, the H&N Field Target 14.6s, and the FX 15.89s. So those are the 3 pellets I narrowed it down. Now, I'm going to show you over here, up here somewhere, I'm going to post all 7 pellets. There's a picture of all 7 pellets because I tested 7 different types of pellets from the JSB 15.89s, JSB 18.13s, the H&N 14.66s, the FX 15.89s, the Predator Polymags, which are 16s, the Crossman Perriers, which are the dome pellets, and what was the other one I did? That was 6. There was one more I did. What was the other one I did? Oh, and I did the JSB Hades, which are a 15.89 as well. So that was the 7 pellets I tried. The other ones were really god-awful at like 20-25 yards. Like, they weren't even worth showing on camera because they were just like, I mean, it literally looked like you were shooting birdshot at it. So I didn't even want to show you guys those on camera because they were bad. So I narrowed it down to those 3. But then I started having problems at 30 yards. So I brought the target back to 25 yards. And it was so crazy because the FX 15.89s at 25 yards, which maybe I'll put that picture up here in the corner for you guys, shot hole in hole. All 5 shots. 5-shot group, hole in hole. And I did that 3 times with that. So I was like, okay, maybe it likes these now. So I said, cool. So I zeroed the scope into the 15.89s and then took it out to 30 yards, and then it was all over the place again. So the point being is I don't want to keep rambling on about that, is that I've done nothing else to this gun other than clean the barrel. And if you guys, before you guys go crazy and stuff, I checked all the stock screws. Stock screws have, the cool thing about this gun, the stock screws have not loosened up on this gun. I check them all the time when I'm shooting spring air rifles or gas rams because they do loosen up. They haven't loosened up. The scope has been fine. Nothing's loosened up there. I actually took the scope off and shot it again and did other things with the scope to test the scope to see if the scope was off, because maybe the scope went to crud, but the scope's fine. So if you guys are wondering all that, I tested everything to see what was going on and everything. But the crazy thing was my zero was off on my iron sights now with it too. It was just shooting everywhere. The H&Ns were awesome. If you guys watched my initial testing, you saw it. I shot steel targets, my steel animal targets out to 30 yards with no problems, was tearing it up. And then all of a sudden I couldn't even hit them. I mean, at 20 yards it was missing. So I'm not sure what was going on. I'm not sure if by cleaning the barrel this thing has to settle back in to a certain point. That's what I was thinking. I'm not sure if maybe the temperature, because some of the days I shot were in the 40s, high 40s. And some of the days, like today is 52 degrees outside, and that's why I jumped out here to do it again today. I was like, all right, it's warmer out. Let me see what it does on a warmer day, because I've been shooting in the 40s. So that does affect spring guns, usually only with your elevation, not with your left and right, just your up and down. Usually with a spring gun in the colder weather, your shot will drop a little bit, and you have to make adjustments for that, but usually not your left and rights. And that's what I've learned over 14 years. I've been shooting air rifles all my life, but seriously shooting them and learning about them for 14 years now. So I don't say I'm an expert. I don't think I'm a pro, but I do know enough about how they act and how they shoot and what to do. I do have some knowledge. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm some expert, but I'm not an idiot when it comes to these things. So if you guys are wondering that, I've been shooting seriously for 14 years solid. And I have a background in shooting. I actually used to shoot competition years ago. I used to shoot competition in archery, and I used to shoot competition rifle, shotgun, and pistol, and sniper rifles as well. I used to shoot M4 competitions, all kinds of stuff, 3-gun, all that stuff. So like I have knowledge in shooting, so I'm not an idiot when it comes to shooting. And I know air rifles are totally different than firearms, so before you guys comment and say, well, I know that, that's, you know, but I've been shooting air rifles for 14 years, so I don't want to go down those roads and have those comments. You know, what I do want to do is be honest about this gun with you guys, and that's why I'm making this video, is to be honest with you guys and tell you guys that as much as I like it, this gun is solid, it's built really well, but I cleaned the barrel and all of a sudden it's shooting off, and I don't know why. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm doing more testing. I'm shooting it every day. It's become my nemesis when it comes to air rifles. I own 3 more Gamo air rifles that are great air rifles. I have a Gamo Varmint that I bought in like 2000, I think it was 11 or 12 is when I bought that, and I've had it forever, and it's a tack driver, 30 yards, man. That thing's awesome. And then you guys, if you haven't seen them, I have a Gamo DX, which I have a video, so you can go watch that, and that thing's awesome. I have a Gamo Bone Collector. That thing's awesome. Those things have, ever since I zeroed them in, they've been shooting amazing. Since the day I zeroed them in, I haven't had any issues with those. I use those to take out pests around my house all the time. I love those guns. And they do really well. I mean, and so I figured this, I was really excited because I love underlevers. And, you know, I've got an HW77K Viroc that is amazing. And I've got an HW97 synthetic with the stainless that is amazing, both underlevers. And I love those. I've got a couple other Virocs as well, and they're my favorites. I mean, I'll tell you the high-end ones are. But I like shooting the budget stuff. But anyway, that's here and there. The point about this video is to kind of show you what's going on with this gun, because I was really excited, and I thought once I put a scope on it, I was going to be able to go out to 40 and 50 yards and shoot some super tight grips. I was figuring, you know, 40 yards I was going to get a good solid 1-inch or just a little over 1-inch grip with this gun, and maybe even at 50, and now I can't do that at 30 yards, you know, and, you know, it's tough to do it, you know, at 25 yards now. I have to really work at it. So, and it seems like today, it seems like the gun's settling back in a little bit better. I am going to say that the H&N Field Target Trophies seem to be the most consistent out of this gun, you know, out of the ones that I've shot. And it's so weird the way the targets have run and stuff. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Let's show the shooting stuff, and we will wrap this thing up. I just wanted to be honest with you guys about this gun, and just tell you that I've come across some issues, and I'm not the only one. I think it's Affordable Air Guns is his channel. I can't remember, but there's another guy that I've been chatting with, and I wish I could remember his channel because he's super nice. He has one of these. He just did a review on it, and same thing. He cleaned the barrel on his gun, and his shots opened up. So to me, that tells me that it has something to do with cleaning the barrel that makes this gun want to shoot all wacky. That's the only thing only conclusion I can come to is that this gun likes to be dirty and likes to be dirty in the barrel. So I'm going to keep shooting until I can get the barrel dirty, and I'm going to keep doing stuff on this gun. And if I figure out what I need to do and figure out whatever it takes to get this to shoot as accurate as I feel it should shoot at least 30 yards, then I'll make a video about it and let you guys know. But here we go. I'm going to roll into the shooting part of this. We're going to start off at shooting at 25 yards. We're only going to be shooting the JSB 18.13s, the H&N Field Target Trophy 14.6s, and the FX 15.89s because those are the three that have done the best in this gun. We're going to be shooting at 25 and 30 yards. I'm going to show you what they do, how they do it, and then we will wrap up this video. And hopefully this helps you guys out. But if you guys don't want to watch all that and you don't want to know what the deal is and stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll say this in the end of the video as well. As of right now, if you guys are somebody that's just starting out shooting and stuff, I would not pick up this rifle. I just wouldn't do it. It's going to be a lot of frustration for you because it's going to shoot really good at first, and all of a sudden it's going to go haywire, and you're going to have to do a lot of figuring out. If you don't have at least 7 or 8 different types of 22 cal pellets, this gun is going to be some frustration for you because it's been some frustration for me. But let's roll the shooting and let's wrap this up, and then you guys can put questions, comments down below. Any advice of, if you guys have any knowledge of this gun, how to do some of that too, you let me know, because when these first came out, years ago, there's a lot of people that raved about them and liked them and said they did really good. And when I first got mine, it did, and then I cleaned the barrel, and now it's doing crazy stuff. So anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Let's roll the shooting footage. All right, let's see what these can do. "25 yards, FX 15.89s. Now we're just shooting for groups right now. Pretty good group. Let's go check that out. All right, buddy, here's my target. That was at 25 yards with the FX 15.89s. I'm gonna put it up in the corner so you guys can see it with the coin cover, but I'm gonna cover it here and show you too. Pretty much a 1-inch group. You know, everything's, you know, on that, in that coin or on that edge line. So you got a 1-inch group there at 25 yards. So not bad, not bad. So we're gonna shoot the either the field targets or the JSB 1813s next. Let's see what kind of group we get with that. All right, so now we're gonna try the H&N field target trophies. These are 14.66 grain. 5.5 millimeters the diameter, width and stuff. These are ones that shot the best when I was shooting it with the iron sights. So we're going 25 yards. Let's get the FX 15.89s did really good at 25, so we're gonna go 25 with this. Sometimes this thing is tricky to load, especially when you get little stubby fat fingers like I do. Not looking that good today, but that's why we're doing this. All right, let's go get that. All right, everybody, so this group is okay. That's my target. I'm gonna put the photo up in the corner like I usually do with the coin on it so you guys can see it. I'm also gonna hold it on here for you so you can see it. So it's a little over, hopefully you guys can see that. It's a little over a 1-inch group and you got a flyer. All right, and for me, that's not good enough, especially considering if you guys watched my first initial video on this gun, how well it shot with open sights. Why it's opened up like this, I don't know. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the only thing I did differently with this gun after I put the scope on it is I did run a dry patch through it like 3 or 4 times to just kind of get the gunk out, because I didn't clean it when I first got it and I first shot it and I first tested it for days before. And I was shooting it at open sights and it was doing great, and I didn't clean it. I just put it out of the box, started shooting it. I shot it for several days and it was almost a week, and then I decided to make the video because it was doing so well. And then I ran that, just a dry patch, no chemicals, no nothing, just dry patch through it 3 or 4 times, and now it's shooting so different, it's crazy to me. But anyway, that's what I want to show you, and that's with a scope. So it should, to me, at 25 yards, this should be a lot tighter group. The H&Ns did really well in the beginning, and now they're opening it up. So this is kind of what I wanted to show you in this video. So we're going to move on to the JSB 1813s now. All right, everybody, we are going to shoot the JSB 18.13s. That's these bad boys right here. As I've said, these are the 3 pellets that I found that shot the best in this gun. If you can call it that these days. But these are 3 that I found to shoot the best, so that's why we're shooting them. You guys saw that I tried 7 different pellets, narrowed it down to these 3. So let's see what kind of we can get grouped. This is 25 yards, just like the last 2. So crazy. I don't even say about that, but we're gonna go get the card. All right, everybody. Here's my target. That's not good to me. Not 25 yards. That's not good at all. This is the coin. It's probably 1.5 inch group right there. It's up in the corner for you guys as well. Here's the crazy thing. I've been doing this for like 3 days straight now. Out here shooting at 25 and 30 yards with the same pellets, going through 7 pellets, going back and forth, narrowing it down. It always ends up being these 3 pellets. And those 18-13s actually shot better yesterday and the day before than they're shooting today. Okay, now I'm not going to clean the barrel again because that obviously the gun didn't like. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but I'm trying to show you guys what's going on with this gun too. That to me at 25 yards is not a good group, especially since I've seen what this gun can do before I clean the barrel, and it actually shot the FX pellets. I shot 5 in 1 hole yesterday 3 times. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the I don't even know. Let me think about it, but we may take them out to 30 yards just to show you the spread of how bad they spread, or show you the difference of what they do at 30 yards versus 25 yards, because it really gets crazy at 30 yards. So I think I'm going to do that. We're going to take all 3 pellets out to 30 yards. We'll show you guys what that is, and then we'll wrap this video up is what we'll do. All right, everybody, we're at 30 yards. We're going to shoot the FX 15.89s first since they did the best, and we're just going to see what will happen. I got to tell you, ever since I ran that dry swab through here a couple times, this gun has really frustrated me. So I had a lot of high hopes for this thing, and over the past week it's kind of been dashed. 30 yards. Oh, come on, really? Did I forget to turn this on? I don't think I did. I thought I had it on. Did I have it on? I don't know why my camera does that sometimes. Alright, I don't know what I did there. I guess I screwed that up, but we already got 2 shots in the target there that you didn't get to see. Pretty good group. Every now and then my camera over here just likes to turn off. I don't know why, but it does. And I'm already cocked and in there. Something messed that up too. Let's shoot that one off. Don't want to shoot that one. Technical difficulties, guys. This is what happens sometimes when you're trying to make videos. So anyway, 2 shots in there already. I don't know what happened there. My camera's running now, so let's see if we can get the rest of this group together. I swear, some days. You think you're going to get a good group. You're hoping you're going to get a good group. It starts looking like a good group. And now we're probably going to put them all in the red after this. Watch. It's ridiculous. Oh. All right, let's go get that and show you guys that. All right, everybody, here's my target. It's about a 2-inch group. I mean, if I hold the coin down here and then go up to here, it's a little over 2 inches. I mean, it's over 2 inches, I can tell you. It's like 2.5. Anyway, this is what it looks like kind of center to center. And that's not good. That's not good to me. My judgment on hair rifles, and I'll put the thing up here too, is that I should at least get like 1.5 inches or less at 30 yards with these budget-friendly air rifles. So that's kind of what I try to go for. Anything over that is just not good at all. And for me, it should even be tighter than that. You know, even with these budget-friendly ones, at 30 yards, I should at least be able to get 1.5 inches group. But we shouldn't be in 2 inches. Maybe 4 and a little over an inch, and then a flyer. That's fine too. But yeah, once this one gets stepped out, it's just all over the place. But we're gonna shoot the other 2 pellets and show you what they do. All right, everybody, we're shooting H&M 14.66s, 30 yards. It's probably gonna look like I'm shooting probably duck shot or freaking what do you call it, goose shot out of a shotgun, the way things have been going with this. But we'll see. You never know. This gun just does different stuff depending on what's going on. Way to go. Way to go, way to go. You guys gotta love it. You gotta love it. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you're trying to make videos. Let's get back to the target. Where'd the target go? Because I just knocked it out. Alright, let's try to fix that. Welcome to my world today. Alright, we're still rolling. Gotta watch out for that. See the things you gotta deal with when you're trying to do this stuff? Make sure you don't hit stuff, shoot around things. My fun for the day. Be more mindful of that. I actually brought my camera closer so I could see it a little better. I usually have it a little bit further out, but lesson learned with that. You guys are going to get to experience all that. That was 4, right? Yeah, it looks like 4. One more. There we go. All right, let's go see that. All right, everybody. So this actually isn't that bad at 30 yards. There's my target. I'll have it in the corner for you guys with the coin covering it. But this is a little over an inch. So you're probably talking 1.5 inches if I can get the coin on there so you guys can kind of see it. You know, so that's actually not bad at 30 yards. It's better than it's been doing with those pellets. I mean, it actually did really good in my original testing, then kind of went crazy, and now it's kind of come back. So that's 30 yards. That's a Airguns of Arizona MOA coin. To give you an idea, pictures up in the corner as well. So that's actually not better, and that's what I at least want to see out of this gun at 30 yards. But it's disappointing as well because this gun was shooting so well open sights. I thought we were going to really be able to tighten these groups up, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. And maybe it's a break-in thing, I don't know. But I just want to show you real results and kind of what you're going to get when you're first shooting this gun, so you're not like freaking out, you know, because trust me, I've been freaking out. Anyway, let's shoot the last set of pellets. All right, everybody, last set of pellets we're going to shoot is the JSB 18.13s, 30 yards. We're going to see what's going to happen. Be entertaining. The H&N's kind of surprised me, I'm not going to lie. After the past several days of shooting, you know, maybe the gun's settling. Oh, that's a bent skirt. I do try to pay attention to the skirts when I am shooting these guys so I can get the best pellets in there. When I'm plinking, I don't care, but when I'm trying to do this, I try to make sure I got a good pellet each time for you guys. If you guys are ever wondering that, I do look at the skirts of the pellets before I stick them in there to make sure I don't get a wonky one that gives me a crazy flyer if I can avoid it. All right, so here we go. Everything looks like it's working too. Hopefully my camera won't shut off like it did on the other ones. That's one. Now just keep in mind how these things shot at 25 yards. That's all I got to tell you guys. Keep that in mind. One thing I try to do is I try to hold these guns and squeeze and do the same thing every time. That consistency is what matters with these air rifles. Is pulling the trigger the same way, holding it the same way, everything. That's 4, right? I think it was 4. And there's 2 in each, right? Is that 3 or 4? Alright, we're going to shoot this on. That's 1. I think that's 3. Four and 5. This is an extra one. It's an extra one. I lost count because I was rambling. But ironically, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to shoot first. There we go. All right, let's go get that one. All right, everybody, that's my card. It's not terrible, but and I'll put it up here in the corner for you. This is what it looks like, kind of center with the MOA coin on it, so you guys can see that. Not terrible at 30 yards. It's better than it has been doing past few days. Maybe it's settling back in. I hope that's the case. But as you guys can see up there, it's about a, let me see here. Let me just do this real quick. Finger there. It's probably about 2 inches. Maybe a little under 2 inches from this shot to this shot, because you got 1, 2, 3 in here, and then you got 2 over here. So it's probably about 2 inches, maybe a hair less from those two center to center on that. So not terrible. It's more what you'd like to be getting out of this, but I thought this gun was going to do better. So anyway, let's wrap this thing up. All right, everybody, so wrapping this up, my conclusion is the jury's still out. I don't know how else to put that. If you guys haven't watched my first video on this, where I did the whole review on this gun with the open sights, you should definitely go check it out. That's why I didn't get into all the specs of this today, because I did that in another video. I went through the specs and everything on this gun, and this today was just about shooting it with a scope and telling you guys some of the things that I've come to find out and some of the issues that I've had since I got this gun. Now, I know when you're watching this video, you guys are like, you know, I just watched that video and this one's out. So I made that video and then kept shooting this gun. I've been shooting it for probably a week now, and you know, it's just been kind of crazy. It's been really crazy with the way it's been shooting. And like I said, I cleaned it just with a dry patch a couple times just to kind of get the gunk out. And ever since I did that, it's kind of been shooting crazy. At 20-25 yards, it's okay. But for me, it's not shooting consistent enough right now that I wouldn't try to shoot at any animal with this thing right now. I would not try to do any type of hunting with it at all. Maybe it needs to break in now that I cleaned the barrel out. Maybe it needs to just get some gunk back in it. It seems today my group's tightened up a little bit better from the other day. And while I'm chatting here, I'm putting up some different, we'll see, but I may put up some different groups that I shot in the past couple days with this gun at 25 yards, and maybe some at 30 yards if I still saved the pictures because I was so frustrated. But anyway, as we're sitting here wrapping this up, I'll throw some of those up there. And just give you an idea of the frustration that I've had, and I'm not a beginner at this. I've been shooting air rifles since I was a kid, but I've been seriously shooting them for at least 14 years and learning about them, learning how to shoot them, because I love shooting spring air rifles and gas rams because it makes you a better shooter. And I like the fact that you really have to concentrate on your hold and shooting. So I've got a good solid 14 years under my belt with shooting brake barrels and under levers and shooting a lot with these guns. So it's not like I don't have a clue as to how to shoot these things. I'm no expert by no means, and I don't say I am at all, and I'm always learning. But with this gun, I own 3 other Gamo air rifles. I own a Gamo varmint that I bought 12-14 years ago, and it's a tack driver at 30 yards. And you guys have seen my Gamo DX video and my Gamo Bone Collector video. Both of those great air rifles, still shooting great, still tack drivers at 25 and 30 yards. I really like those guns. I thought this would be no different, especially being an underlever. I thought I was going to get even a little better accuracy out of it. And after, if you guys watched the video where I did the open sights ones, I was really excited about putting a scope on it. But this thing has become my frustration. Now, I used to think my Benjamin Trail Nitro Piston was my frustration when it came to air rifles, because that one gave me some fits there for a little while until I figured some things out. But this one has become my new nemesis. I'm gonna figure it out, but I want to give you guys honest reviews when I talk about these guns. I have no sponsors. I have no skin in this game. I like shooting air rifles, and I like shooting budget air rifles. Even though I like shooting my high-end ones more, I still enjoy shooting the budget ones. And I know a lot of you guys like shooting the budget ones because they're more in your price range. I mean, it's really hard, you know, when you go buy a Vyrock HW77, HW97K, I mean, you're talking, you know, $600-700. You know, my HW77K was $690 without a scope on it, and by the time you put a scope on it, you know, you're at $800-900 or more, depending on what scope you put on it. So I know that's at a lot of people's wheelhouse. So, and I really like Gamos. I like Gamos a lot. I've been really impressed with the Gamos that I've had, and so I thought this would be no different. And at first, I was really excited. If you guys see that first video, I was really excited. I mean, this gun really impressed me when I first started shooting it. I mean, really impressed me. And I did steel target shooting out to 30 yards with no problems with open sights. It was shooting tight groups. And the only thing I did differently to this gun, and I'll say it again and again, I just ran a dry patch, cloth patch through it about 3 or 4 times, and it had some gunk. It had some greasy gunk in it from, you know, when the guns shipped to you and stuff. That's the only thing I did. That's it. Nothing else. There's nothing wrong with the scope. I haven't done anything else to it. It seems to be packing the same amount of punch. I don't have a chronograph to see if it's fluctuating there or not, but it seems to be hitting the same way. So I'm not sure what to think about this, but at this point in time, I will say this, that until I can figure some things out, I can't really recommend this gun to anybody. Because if you're somebody that's new to shooting, or you're just learning how to shoot air rifles, this thing will frustrate the tar snot out of you, and I promise you that. I would definitely go for the Gamo DX. That's a great gun, or the Gamo Bone Collector. I own both of those. Both of those are awesome. The DX is a lot cheaper. You get it for $149 usually. Sometimes you get it for $139 if they really want to have a sale. The Bone Collector is like $319. But both of those are great guns, and I haven't had zero issues with it. I mean, I zeroed those guns in and been shooting the tar snot out of it. I've smoked a ton of dang varmints around here, and pests with both of those guns. Really great guns, and I would take those out hunting any day. This one is still questionable, and I'm going to keep shooting it because I do like it. I like this gun. I like it. It feels good. It feels really good. It's nice and solid. It's not plasticky. I love under levers. I like the uniqueness of how you load it and stuff. But as far as the accuracy goes, I was impressed with it when I first got it, and now I'm not. And I'm actually going to pull, I did this video for you guys with the scope on. I'm going to pull the scope back on it, shoot at iron sights, because that's how I want to shoot it anyway. And I'm going to keep messing with it. And maybe once the barrel gets dirty again, it'll become the tack driver it was when I first started shooting it. And if it does that, I'll never clean the barrel again. But I wanted to really put this video out right after I did the other one, because I wanted you guys to know that I've been shooting it for a good solid week after that, you know, every day for a week. And because I wanted to scope it up and get the scope video out to you guys as soon as I could. And I literally, you know, after I made that video, I went in the next day, I put a scope on it, I ran that dry patch through it a couple times, and now I've been having nothing but frustrations with the pellets. And I like I said, I showed you guys, I'll put it up here again for you guys. I went 7 different kinds of pellets, narrowed it down to these 3 that were shooting the best, and went from there. And in my initial testing open sights, the H&Ns were doing good. And obviously here, the H&Ns actually did the best consistency-wise even today. So I think I'm going to, just moving forward, I think I'm just going to go with the H&Ns because they seem to be giving the consistency better groups, you know. Even though the FX shot a better group at the 25 yards, the H&N still shot a pretty good group at 25. So I think I'm going to zero this gun back in at 25 with my iron sights and just stick with the H&Ns and know that this is a 25 or under gun for now, until I can get it to where it's shooting where I think it should be at 30 yards. You know, I actually had hoped that this gun was going to be able to go out to about 40 or 50 very accurately because of how well it did it initially, but now, like I said, I wouldn't trust it to try to, for me, I wouldn't trust it right now to try to hunt with it or do anything with it. So, maybe the H&Ns at 20 yards would be my suggestion, you know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. This is just the testing I've gotten out of the gun. There's another guy, I think it's Affordable Air Guns or something. He does, he actually did a review on this, so check his out. It's either Affordable Air Guns, I can't remember what it is. Real nice guy, we've chatted back and forth. But you'll see his video. He went out to 30 yards, ended up getting a suggestion of H&Ns too. Same thing. He cleaned his barrel, and the gun really opened up on him as well. So we both have chatted back and forth several times. And I would definitely go watch his video as well. I think it's Affordable Air Guns. If I got that wrong, man, hey, dude, I'm sorry. I meant to look it up before I did the video. But anyway, we've had a really good talk too, because same thing happened to him. He cleaned his gun and did all that stuff, and his shot group at 30 yards. He's getting the same kind of shot groups that I'm getting at 30 yards. So it's definitely something to do with cleaning this barrel, I think. I also, you know, with a spring gun, you know, it's 52 degrees out here today, if I didn't already say that. spring guns when in the colder weather. Usually with a spring gun, what I've noticed over my 14 years of really shooting these things is that the only thing that's changed for me is it'll change the drop will change. You know, in the colder weather, it'll shoot lower. And then once you get to the warmer weather, it'll be back on target. So usually every year with the Virox and the Beemans that we own, usually we just have to make an up and down adjustment just a little bit when we're shooting them in the wintertime versus the summertime, and that's it. Never a left or right. And with this thing, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your questions, comments, any suggestions. Please put them down below because I'm really trying to figure it out. I'm not sure what else to go. And I'm not a guy that tears into the inside of these things because I don't, you know, feel like I have that skill level yet to do that. Even though I've been doing this for 14 years, I don't like to get in the. Well, I also don't have a place to do it. I probably could do it. I just don't really have a place to do it because I want to lose a bunch of parts and stuff. So that's the one thing I don't do is I don't tear into the inside of these. This may be the first one I do that with. So, but I'd love to hear some suggestions. Anything you guys think that might help out. It would be great to hear. I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been sending out a lot of messages to other people, asking questions that do have this gun to see what I can figure out to get that accuracy. Because this, you know, for me, you know, a good spring gun is one that's accurate at 30 yards. You know, if you can shoot, you know, 1.5 or less groups at 30 yards, then that's good. I try to, you know, for me, I like to have them around that inch group, and that's usually what I can get. And my other Gamos are giving me that, you know, inch or just a little over inch groups. Maybe you get a flyer here and there, but they're doing really well. So this was kind of a excitement and then disappointment with this gun. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys, you know, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped you guys out. And like I said, you know, as of now, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody that's just, you know, looking for something to shoot or something. Unless you want something to really try to figure out with. I think this gun is going to eventually frustrate you. It's going to shoot really good at first, and then it's going to kind of go crazy as soon as you clean it. And that's, you know, for me, that's what's happened with me. And I know for a fact that that's what's happened with one other guy that has this gun so far. So it's something to be mindful of, you know. And again, nothing against Gamo because I do like Gamo guns, but this gun definitely has got me baffled, and I'm still going to keep trying to figure it out. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope it helped you guys out. That's why I make these videos, because I just love shooting, and I make them to hopefully help the next guy out to maybe make an informed decision and decide whether they want to buy this gun or not or whatever. You know, like I said, I'm going to keep shooting it, and if the thing gets back on and starts shooting really well, I'm going to tell you what I did. I'll make another video and tell you how I did it and how I got it to where I think it should be. I will definitely do that. So I will keep you guys up to date with this gun as I shoot it. So that's all I got. Appreciate you guys watching. Please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button because it really, really does help the channel. You don't have to hit that bell notification because I know that's just crazy. But if you hit the like and subscribe, that helps a lot. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. And, you know, I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate all the subscribers. And I'm just going to keep doing my thing. So we'll see you guys on the next video.